everyone. I cannot let Lisa have all the fun talking about May release dies. Yes, the end of May, we are busy little bees. As you can see by No Makeup Monday, Crazy Curly Hair Monday, we have been busy. My dye machine is hot to the touch over there because we've just been running all the things. Not really, but let's see here. Hello, everyone. Summer bee dyes coming for summer. We've got lots of summery things. I love to tease y'all. Yes, Lisa loves to tease. Lots of fun summer things. Let's see here. Oh man. Let's see here. No Makeup Monday. It's a total thing. And I know that you guys just don't even care. Okay. It is hot here in South Carolina. I see overcast in California. It was 90 degrees in South Carolina today. 90 degrees. Okay. All right. Tonight, I thought it might be fun to do a little coloring tonight. I haven't done a little coloring in a long time. And this is going to be super easy. Easy coloring. Okay. Before I go, we're getting ready to announce the next free class. I'm going to have it by Monday. I'm gonna promise by Monday. Okay. Next free class. I have a poll going up over on our challenge group, Buzzworthy Challenges on Facebook. Right now, everybody is saying lovely layers with ink blending. So that about 55-60% of people who have done the poll are saying you guys like the lovely layers and you like to ink blend. So that may be what we do. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go down to my desk view here and we're going to be coloring the Sweet Songs, Little Birdies, and Flowers tonight. So you can see this is the direction that I'm going here. And I have to admit that I was totally inspired by Lee Ann West's card. And for some odd reason, and I'm looking on my phone, you guys just hang with me for a second. For some odd reason, the software would not pull up it wouldn't do the picture that I wanted to show you and share with you. So we're going to do it like this. And hold on, I'm going to find it because, you know, where there's a wheel, there's a way. Let's see if I can pull it up. Okay, so it's this. See her little bluebirds? And so we have the little musical notes and things. So this set was inspired by vintage postcards. Almost think like vintage Valentine's Day, vintage spring, vintage birthday cards. And so that's kind of what inspired this stamp set. And, you know, we got the little music here and you can like pretend that the little notes are singing happy birthday. There's also like, here comes the bride. There's twinkle, twinkle, little star, happy anniversary. So there's different little sayings and little things that you can put on there. But I was totally inspired by Leanne's card. So I think I'm going to do a tiny bit of a different take on it this evening, but the coloring is chef's kiss. Amazing. So that's kind of where we're going tonight. So I am going to pull my camera, not that way. We're going to pull it down here a little bit so we can take a close-up look at these sweet little birdies. Look at the little eyelashes, even on these birds. I cannot. And of course, we've got Scout Fuzz, puppy dog Fuzz here, but you know, I know you all love your kitties and your dogs and all those things. Okay, so I am going to start with the birds. And I'm going to start out with BG70, super, super light, like that teal blue. And then I'm going to build up from there. But I'm going to get this base coat down. And now this is going to be like the easiest coat color ever because, you know, I'm all about like the lazy girl crafting. I need to make that like a whole thing. Lazy girl. And then I'm leaving the belly. I'm not going around the belly because we're going to make the belly like this pinky color here. And I'm not going to color in the eye either. So let's do this little guy. And some of the things, since we were talking about the class, some of the things that I mentioned, you know, for ideas for the class was super simple Copic coloring, because I am no Kelley Taylor. I can Copic color enough to get by, so it would be super easy, super simple. And my motto is, if I think it looks cute, then whoever receives the card is going to think it looks amazing as well. So we got that little guy all done. You can see it's super light little coat. Now let's start building up from there. So let's go BG10 now. And this is where I'm going to start adding in some darker portions, some little shadows, some little things here and there. And we're going to do easy peasy. And you can see his little wings and the little body and stuff. All that color is starting to build up. I'm going to go right around the little round. I'm going to extend this line that's right here that's already in the stamp. So we're going to bring that out. Let's give him not all the way down his face, but just a little bit on his little head. And then let's pull it out. Let's put a little darker portion right there along his little tail too. All right, so let's do the same thing with this little guy. I'm just going to use the stamped lines that are already there. Pull it out one way, pull it out the other. Easy peasy. This little guy doesn't have any little of those little round lines in his image. So we're going to kind of, we're going to pretend. We're just going to draw some in. Let's get a little bit of darkness going right around his little bum, maybe up his back, just a hair like so. Okay, and then this is where we're going to start really getting dark with this really deep turquoise that's here. This is BG13, and I'm going to go in the same places, but just not extend those areas, not nearly as far as we did that other color. Same thing here. You can just barely kiss that little line right there and not pull it down nearly as far. Same thing with this guy. I'm not going to pull it out nearly as far as the other line. And then we can just flick up his little wings. Kind of extend it as the wing gets longer on this tip than this end. And then let's get around his little bum. And then we'll do the same thing up here. I'm going to move this little flower. Let's kind of move him out of the way. And then let's do the same thing here. So I'm going to extend up further on this end and come down that little wing. And then I just barely am going to add just a hint. Just got like he's got a little bit of a shape or a little chin or a little something there. Okay, I'm going to start pulling down here. And same thing, I'm dragging it down that stamped line. Just like so. Let's give him a flip. And then his little bum, can almost color all that in. And then if you want to go in and kind of add, you know, where those little portions are, we can do that. All right, now I'm going to go to my very lightest color one more time, BG70, and we're going to give everything a little smooth out. Just smooth it all out. And this, in that original photo, Leanne keeps her coloring super light. There's a lot of light little portions. We can go right along his little belly. And this is just going to kind of marry all those little colors together. And then let's drag this out. Marry those little colors. Let's go along his little head and his chin. Let's blend that on out, and here, and then his little bum and tail. Okay, now that's looking pretty good to me. Do you see how we've got like triplets here now? They're looking pretty good. Now we need to do their little belly, and let's see. Okay, there we go. All right, now I've got several colors pulled out here, and let me see which ones I want to do. I believe it is, okay, this is what I have pulled out here. So a really blushy pink in the R30, and then we're going to go a little bit darker, and then I'm going to keep it really light and blend and smooth everything out with that R quadruple 0. So I'm going to start with my lightest. Sometimes I like to start with the darkest because it kind of helps control everything, because you can kind of put down just a really light amount of the, or a really, just a little bit of the darkest color, and then you can kind of work from there. I'm going to give a hint of a pink belly coming out from under that little wing right there. And then now let's do, I think I'm going to do, let's do the R30, and we can just kind of play here. Now for this, I'm just going to go right along where I want it the darkest, just a hint right there. And then let's do R21. This is the darkest shade that I pulled out, and I'm barely going to just give a little hint right there. Now, if I want to smooth everything out and marry everything back together, I can kind of, and I'm just going to go right up here. I don't want to take it all away. I can just kind of just blend those little colors together. Okay, now you'll notice on this guy, he's got a little hint of a pink cheek, and an easy way to achieve that is to take either your colorless blender or take whatever like super light color that you're using. So this is what I have out, and I am almost going to bleach out an area of his little cheek right here. And what that is doing, because it's got so much colorless blender in this marker, it's almost, add just a little bit right there. It's almost like removing the color that's there. And then I can take like the R30, and let's just do, we just want just a hint of a little like peachy little cheek there. In fact, I can kind of go back over this little thing right there, that little sweetie. And then these are they're pretty much done. Like there's not a lot of fancy coloring here. Like you've just added some medium, you know, the super light, the medium, and the dark, and you're pretty much done. Easy peasy, super simple. Now, if you really want to zhuzh these up a little bit, like I've done on this little guy, you can see that it's got some little white highlights. Leanne always likes to add like some super sweet little, you know, little white highlights to her coloring. You can just take a white gel pen and just in a couple, you know, just maybe some polka dots on the cheek. Let me flip this little guy over here. We can kind of give him, if I can get my pen going here. Just maybe let's do one polka dot. You can kind of come down the wing in a couple of places, just here and there, maybe one on his little tail. Okay, and then these birdies, all done. Now I will tell you, to color in all three of the beaks, I used the black glaze pen, and this will make it shiny, and it almost gives it just a little bit, a hint of a raised area, but not a lot. Okay, so that is done. Now let's get to our little flowers, and I'm going to color these And the same way we did this. You can see nothing fancy. It almost is just little blobs of color on these little flowers. And if you'll notice in the artwork, they're not super detailed. They're more artsy looking. So that's even easier for people like me that color, people, if you want easy coloring, easy peasy. Okay, so the lightest shade of the flowers is the R30. So we're just going to trace. And these could be roses. They can be peonies. They can be whatever we want them to be. And I'm just going to give them an all-over dose of the R30. Let me set this little guy down right there. And I'm simply tracing like we learned to do in elementary school and filling it all in. Let's make sure I've got all the little spots. Okay, and we've got that. I'm going to set that aside. Now, the darkest color, and this is what will make me a little bit nervous. This is an RV29, and it says crimson. It's very burgundy looking, and this is where you're just going to go in and just add just a little flick here and there. And it doesn't have to be, don't follow any of the rules. You just kind of need to give it a hint of, there's some darker colors there. A little flick here, a little flick there, a little bit there. I'm going to rotate here so I can get a better look at it. And then little flicks here. The center would be a little darker. Maybe just a couple up in here. Back in there. See, nothing fancy. Doot, doot, doot. Okay. All done. Now, the same as with the little birds. If you want to go back in and kind of marry everything together and make sure, look, nothing fancy here. I'm simply adding that lighter color kind of over the top, and it's just going to just kind of smush all that ink together. It's just going to kind of make that darker color just bleed just a little bit, and it'll dry back. So no need to panic. Now let's do the leaves while we're waiting on that pink to dry back. So my favorite color for leaves, favorite colors. So if I were to recommend, and I'm going to recommend totally different markers than, let's say, Kelley Taylor or somebody that's like super talented at Copic markers, it would probably be totally different colors. My lightest color, I love YG03. And that's where you get like this little limey color that's on the tips right here. And then my darker shade for like going up the veins and just adding a little bit of deepness is YG17. And so this is my combo that every single time, well, I won't say every single time, most of the time that I do leaves, 99% of the time, these are my leaf markers because I think they look cute. They blend well. You're still getting that kind of deeper shade where you want to add a little bit of shading or mimic the look of the veins in the leaves and things like that. Let's kind of go up right there, right there. There's a little guy there. Okay, so this is what we have so far. All right, now our darker color, YG17. I'm going to flip it around, and I'm going to start at the base and just give it just some little flicks, nothing fancy. And if you want to deepen it up, like I can already tell when this dries back a little bit, it's going to kind of lighten up. Just keep flicking over it. And because it's going to kind of build on itself, and you can make it darker. And that way you're not having to pull out any more markers or go any darker. Okay, easy peasy. Now let me show you. There's a couple of ways. I noticed that I boo-booed that flower right there. If you want to take a color splendor, you can do that to kind of push that color back in. I cheat, And I take my white gel pen and let's get it started off on another piece of paper. I take my white gel pen and color over the side, because then now it's all gone. All gone. Okay, so we've got our little birds done. Now, while I was prepping today, I stamped some extra flowers, of course. So that set comes with the stem, one of these two are the same, one of these and one of these. And then it has the little sheet of music. Let me pull it out here. Let's go back here. So it has the sheet of music that is blank. Let's not go out that far. There we go. I don't want y'all to see my messy desk today. Sheet of music that you can stamp and die cut these. There are dies that will cut out all the little notes. I stamped it directly on there because, again, lazy girl crafting, it's just easy peasy. But I kind of followed Leanne's card as inspiration, and the music is actually in a really pale gray, and then the notes are just a hair darker and a little bit of a charcoal gray. And so that's kind of what we went with. Now, for my background, I have used our Spring Vines pierced cover plate. Leanne used one that looks like almost a baby's quilt, which would be super adorable these would be precious on a baby's card. But I thought that this would be kind of springy and cute. Let's go in a little bit more. There we go. Springy and cute blush paper, just a white card base. Now I am going to create this card instead of a vertical card. I'm going to flip everything and make a horizontal card, which I hardly ever do that. I need to do that more. Okay, so let's set that aside. You can see what the mess that I have going here. And I'm just going to add my liquid adhesive all over this back. It's even fun if you put it on your card flipped up that way, and then you've got a little bit of texture there. But I did round the corners too. So let's plop that down. And then before my adhesive dries, I'm going to kind of shimmy this into place. Let's see if I can do it here. There we go. And then I'm going to give everything a press and hold that all into place. And then we're going to arrange all of our little cuties that we have going on here. All right, let's see here. I love piercing backgrounds. I don't think I own a cover plate. Missy Owen, we got to get you hooked up with a cover plate. Okay. All right. So the card's going to be flipped this way. And I may have to attack my corners with my adhesive, but we're going to do that later. Let's pull that off and let's get this really sticky mat moved out of the way. There we go. And we'll pull all of the little goodies. Okay, for my sheet music, I'm going to pop this up and I'm just going to pull off a little strip of our little foam dots. And we can pop, pop, pop. And so tell me in the comments, are you a colorer? Do you like to color? Or are you more of like I like to stencil? Like if you like stamped images, but do you like the stencils that color everything in? Or do you like the option of being able to like color it or stencil it? Like, tell us in the comments what you guys like. Okay, so I've got that popped up there. And then I'm going to start arranging my sweet little birds. These look to me like they should be like in a Disney movie of some sort. I don't know. Cinderella or something. I don't know. But I'm going to kind of lay these out. We're going to do kind of a see where everything needs to go. And then I'll start gluing everything down. Let's see here. I like stenciling. I like the option. I prefer stenciling. Okay. I started to like coloring more. Cinderella for sure. I like it all. Okay, good. Okay, this little guy, I think is going to go back in there. And then I know this is going to fit somewhere there. This little cutie is going to be perched somewhere over here. And then this guy, he's going to be checking everybody out from the branch. And then I don't want to forget my sentiment. So I stamped it on a darker pink paper, kind of to tie in with the darker areas of the flowers. And then that is going to kind of go, and you'll notice it has that a little bit of a curve to it, like the music, the notes, the sheet music. Okay, so now I've kind of got like a lay of the land here of where I want everything to go, and I'm just going to start adding in. Now, Leanne's card, she only used 3 of the 4 birds on her card, but I just could not help myself. I had to color all the birds. And for those of you that, let's see, this guy, I think I want flat. For those of you that know me, I have pet birds, and so I just want all the little birdie things. Like, I love all the little birds. So I'm just going to make that look like it's kind of coming out of that. And then let's see here. I know I want this guy on a dot because he's going to kind of, like he's kind of sitting, actually perched on the music, like right there. Like, look how cute he is. Look at that. Okay. And then this little one is going to be on the music. All right. The sentiment strip would be cute with 2 birds. Oh, it would be cute with, especially, who was it that said that? Cheryl. How adorable would that be for like the wedding card? Like, here comes the bride, like the little birdies. You could even put it like this, like one on this little bird and like one on that little guy. See, I'm going like, you guys give me great ideas. Okay, so I've got the adhesive here, and I'm going to kind of add this little guy, like he's kind of swooping down right about there. And then let's work with these. So this one, I think, let's see how I want to do this. Let's add a little bit here. And then I'm going to have it kind of overlap right there. And it's going to pop up there. Let's do this little guy flat, our little branch. Okay. And then this, I like this little branch because you can see it can go to the left or you can point it to the right, either way. So whichever way you do your little card, this would be even sweet on a little card. Here I go with my bright ideas again. Just a card with the little branches and flowers, and you could add like the sweet little birds without the music. So you could have sweet little birdies and just a few of the little branches or things. Oh my gosh, so stinking cute. All right, I'm going to slip this in there, and I want it kind of like so. And then this little friend, he's going to get a dot. Okay, and then he's going to get popped. Like he's just kind of hanging out right here, kind of checking everybody out. So cute. And then I've got these little guys. Let's see here. I want to do, let's see here, a little bit right here on the end. And I'm actually going to put that right up in there. Let me see if I can get it to connect. Let's do one of these. I want to raise it up like the bird. So I'm going to shift it right underneath there. Like the little bird's tail, I can kind of pop it up a little bit. Their little wings, if you want to give them a little bit of motion. Cute. Okay, now let's do the sentiment. And there's so much fun going on here. I don't need to do anything but just glue it down. Okay, I'm going to put it, let's put it right across that line right there. You can still see the little notes back there. Okay, now Leanne added either pearls or gems to hers, but I think because I've really spread out this design into a horizontal card, I don't think I'm going to add any pearls or gems tonight, which I know you guys, that is like unheard of for me, but I think it's super cute just like that. And it gives us a totally different little look. Okay, if you use really dark wicking, you can stamp it and then press another piece of paper onto it to reverse the image. You'll probably have to use a fine tip marker to make it darker. Yeah, I think you can use your, what are those mats called? Like that jelly mat thing? I've seen like that technique too, I think too. Let's see, I want a Lovely Layers Westie Scotty dog. We're talking about dogs and cats in the future, so stay tuned for dogs and cats. Let's see here. The card is so full that no gems needed. I know. Look how adorable. Well, and I already did like the little cheeks and the little dots on the cheeks and the little flourishy things with the gel pen and things like that. I think it's perfect just like that. I think it's super sweet. Okay, let's see here. Cats. We knew you guys would be happy about cats and dogs. Maybe a tiny ribbon. Oh, a tiny ribbon would be so sweet. I kind of like this. I almost left this guy off, but I thought he was kind of cute. Like he's either holding the little music or he is kind of flying down the little music. I don't know, but I had to add all the birds. So let's see, you can do that with a grip mat, reverse stamping, a French bulldog. Oh, we see your requests about Lovely Layers. Lovely Layers Summer are the May release that I have sitting over here. Super cool. Do we have animals? Yes, we do have some animals. We've got some animals in the May release. Let's see how that sparkle pen, absolutely sparkle pen on the belly, or yes, like what are these things called? Winkastella things. I haven't used that in a long time, but that on the little cheeks and the little belly, yes, so cute. The new iris is gorgeous. A ribbon strung through their beaks. Oh, that would be pretty. Let's see here. When is the May? The end. It'll be the last week in May. Like I can't remember, 20 something. The last week in May is when it will be. Yes, a duck. I think we're talking about ducks and chicks, and I know we are because when we were chatting, when we were on our little get together, the three of us, I was singing the Oklahoma song, ducks and geese and da 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 da, and I was driving Melissa and Lisa crazy with my singing. Okay, groundhog would be cute before Memorial Day. I don't think so, Gail. I'm not for sure. Lisa would have to give us the thing, kittens, vintage kitties, crows and ravens. Yes. I can tell you we've planned fall. And so you guys are going to love that too. I just saw crows and ravens, and that reminded me of our fall release. Okay, date for your next class. Date for my next class. I'm thinking it's going to be May the 18th. So it will be before release. It gives us a month. So if people want to, we always offer a coupon code, you guys know. And so if you want to collect whatever we're doing in the class, like the Lovely Layer set, or you want to get inks, the inks that I use, or you want to get more brushes and stuff like that. That way you've got a month to get everything before then. Okay. Sheepdog. You can see you guys have the best ideas for dogs. The best ideas for dogs and cats. I guess cats would be a little bit easier because a lot of cats look very similar depending on how you color them, right? The summer release is tentatively planned for 5/31. So brushes are on my list. Carla, that's so smart. When's the next class? The 18th of May. So this is what I always tell all of my friends here, especially, is you may not want the stamps and dies and things like that we're doing for the class, which is fine, right? Because I just want you to come and enjoy. But I always say to get your staple items, your glue, get a package or two of blending brushes, get a package of like Nina cardstock, stuff like that. That way, you get a discount on all those staple items. Okay. When is Honeybee's actual birthday? It was, I think it's this week, actually. I think it's this week. Lisa could tell you exactly. My birthday is in April, wondering if we're twins. You may be. Lisa probably knows, and she'll type it in the comments here in just a second, I bet you. Doodle dogs. Oh, little curly dogs would be cute. Happy birthday, all of our April friends, all of our April birthdays. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, everybody loved the hop. Awesome. I think it's April 16th. So tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Honeybee actual birthday. Okie dokie, friends. All right, so this is tonight's card using the Sweet Songs stamps and dies. Told you it was going to be super simple, super easy peasy coloring because these little images are so easy to color. Just a little bit here and there. So there is that. And then I'm going to be back here on Wednesday evening. I may even have the class information to give you everything by Wednesday. I wouldn't hold your breath because Lisa and I are testing dies, but I'm going to try. Okay, our winner tonight is Joanne Nagoda. You are the winner. If you will email me at Kelley, Kelley, at honeybeestamps.com, I am going to send you a prize. Mark your calendars for May 18th. That's going to be the next free class. And then I will get all the information together for you and get all that out to you this week. Okay? All right, my friends, have a great, great night, and I'll see you Wednesday. Goodbye.